on the beautiful Squad Patreon server, this is the Modii Show! And now your host, Modii101!
Hello everybody, and welcome to the Modii Show. I am Modii101, your host for tonight's festivities, and oh boy, do we got a weird one for you. Speaking of weird ones, our guest this evening is the one, thank God, the only, oh, I'm so glad, the unfallible Skiddles. So let's give a big round of applause to our guest, Skiddles. Come on out, buddy. Alrighty, and we are joined today by Skiddles.
Hi.
How's it going, you rainbow weirdo?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, fine. You're here, so it's good.
Yay.
Yay. Not a
Do you like my suit?
Yes. Anyway, so we are joined today by Skiddles, who is actually currently the youngest member of the squad.
Yay.
And why don't you tell us a little bit about, you know, how you're liking YouTube and Twitch and the squad and the whole deal. What do you think about all this excitement at your young, ripe age? That sounded weird.
I mean, it's fun, but I'm still at the age where I have no idea what I'm doing with my entire life.
Whoa, this got deep real quick. Holy Jeebus.
The past few weeks I have been thinking a lot about what am I actually doing with my life, and I don't know, YouTube has just kind of been that kind of rock. This sounds way too
Keep it light, man! Oh my, I didn't know we were going metaphysical 30 seconds into the interview. This is a fluff, oh god, he's doing the laugh. Anyways, this is a fluff piece. Anyways, how did you come across the squad? How about that? Can we get that without starting to talk about Notre Dame's predictions or something like that? Jeez.
Well, I was climbing up the Alps one day.
Oh my god.
I remember the first time I ever saw anyone in the squad, it was Crash Landing. Okay. So you can apologize for that.
Yep. Sorry.
It was with you and Husky. I don't think it was the one with Jerome, but my first impression was, who is this bearded old guy and why would I subscribe to him?
That's actually the first impression I think everybody gets.
Yeah. So I immediately clicked off the video and thought, I'm never going to watch that guy again. And here I am now.
Oh, we were so close, people. We were so close to being Skittle-free. But anyways.
Then Districts came around and I got a second shot of you. And then I was like, actually, I kind of remember this guy. Wasn't he that one that I was like, I'll never watch again? But now that I'm watching him again, he's kind of cool. But I also like all the people he hangs around with. Mm-hmm. Then Districts fizzled out, and I kind of got bored of yous, and I just kind of stopped watching.
Wow, I've never heard this story.
And then I was just strolling through the Twitch one day because I was really bored because I'm a teenager.
Yeah.
And I happened upon your stream by accident. And then yous were doing. It was the first time the zone had been publicly shown. Mm-hmm. And I bought a Minecraft account 2 days prior. It was my second day of owning Minecraft ever. And yous were doing a giveaway for early access, and I was the first person to get early access on the zone for free without having to buy a rank. Nice. And then I kind of just met yous all. I remember I would help yous out because I was addicted to what was it called? Metro. Yep. I was addicted to Metro. I always was on there. I remember I did a 54-hour. I think it was 54.
54 what?
I spent 50. I was on there for 54 hours straight.
Jeez, me and Heather built Metro, and I don't think we were on there for 54 hours total.
Well, one day I was like, I want to show these guys that I really appreciate all the work they've done, so I'm just gonna stay on here for as long as I can until I pass out, and then I stayed on for 54 hours, and my parents were none the wiser.
Now, I remember you being on there. You had a different account name with your real name.
Yeah.
And then I remember you being on there. You kind of stand out there, Rainbow. And then I think you actually got staff. Did you get staff on there?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, it became
You want
a
to know the
mod.
story behind my actual rainbow? I've never actually told anyone this.
We might save that for the next segment.
Okay.
Well, I'm a little concerned. So, but overall, how is your experience? You feel been pretty good. How are you? Because if I'm not mistaken, you just hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube.
I did. I'm at 1,011 now, so it's a pretty good number. It has 101 in there.
Well, that means it's an awesome number. 101
Exactly.
1. and on Twitch, you're about how many followers you're at, ballpark? Do you know?
Oh God, I could check.
Yeah, I really don't care. It's written on a stack of papers in front of me. That's the only reason I asked. So, but you do stream with us on the weekends, and you are doing what, 1 to 2 videos a day.
Yeah. Pretty much one I did at the moment, but it's gonna be going up there soon.
Okay.
Have a new series planned.
I know. I actually already know about that. It's with somebody not in the squad, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I told you. I forgot.
Yeah.
I don't pay attention to what I said.
All right, guys, we are going to step away for a commercial break, give our sponsors a chance to pay the bills, and when we return, we will delve more into the ball of goo that is Skittles, and that's gross. And we will be right back after these messages. Are you looking for a quality used car or an inexpensive one? Because we have one of those down here at Modii's Toyotas. Here at Modii's Toyotas, we have a wide variety of cars. We have blue ones. We have red ones. There's another blue one. There's another blue one. Eric, why do we have so many blue? Oh, there was a green one. Nope, there we got a blue one again. We got a lot of cars. Lots of cars. And our cars are fully loaded. And after a small class action lawsuit that was settled out of court, all of our cars now come with 4, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4 tires. You don't believe me? Let's hear from one of our satisfied customers.
I bought a car. It had doors.
So if you want to get yourself a good car that has never been used in a mafia hit and has never, I repeat, never transported a dead body in the trunk, head over to Modii's Toyotas down on the corner of 5th and Main and 6th and 7th. Modii's Toyotas, where quality is a word. All right, and we are back with our guest today, one little Skiddles.
Woo!
Jeez, he's like a bag of sugar. Like if a bag of sugar had legs is the best way I can describe him. So, all right. So now we're gonna get turn around. Hey,
I am turned around. You can't see which way I'm facing.
I can see your legs in the chair.
No, you can't.
Oh my God, it's like taking like your hopped up
Can't even
nephew
bed.
to the mall. Anyways, so not yay. Anyway, so before we went to break, you had mentioned something about wanting to talk to us about your colorful skin.
Well,
The story behind
it's it's funny that you actually said the name colorful, because I remember it was before as I mentioned, I was watching the stream with the early access, and yous were on there with the people who had already paid to get on the zone, and there was a guy whose name was literally just colorful.
I remember. I actually vaguely remember that.
Yeah, and he had this like white shirt on with like a spirally rainbow. I remember that, and I was like, you know what? Modii said his name, so to get a shout out, I'm gonna just make my skin as colorful as I can.
So let me get this straight. You being in the squad, my fault. The way you look, my fault. And
My
really,
name?
and your name I gave you. I built you. You are Frankenstein's monster. You are Modii Stein's monster.
Built this rainbow.
Oh, don't start singing. Anyways,
You
so
built this rainbow.
let's get a little bit more into Skittles. So Skittles, you said earlier that you were a teenager. You were actually 17 years old, if I'm correct.
Technically, yes.
How's it technically? It's either you are 17 or you're not.
No, technically, I'm 17, but I act like a 4-year-old.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Exactly.
And what part of the world are you from?
You, wait, England, United Kingdom. Which one do I say?
I don't know. You live there.
England, United Kingdom, not Europe anymore, because northeast of England.
Okay, so
Yep.
northeast England. I know we talked the other day. You're near the coast because I heard seagulls outside your room. That was weird. And is that, or do you live where you grew up? Like, I mean, have you lived there your whole life?
I've lived pretty much in this house my whole life. I think when I was like, I moved in here when I was like half a year old.
Okay.
So I don't really remember the other bit because I was like, 6 months old.
Yeah. And
So
were you actually
from that.
born in the town that you live in, or?
I think so. I was born at, I'm not going to say the name of a hospital because it would kind of give away the exact area where I live.
Yeah.
But it's just like outside of my town.
Okay. Cool. And
Sorry. When I first got released from the hospital, the first thing my parents did was take me to a pub.
that sounds about right. I get a feeling from a lot of the conversations we have, they were going to that pub right up until you were born too. So,
They still go there.
yeah. No,
That's where they are right now, actually.
exactly. So, and you're in your last year of school. What is that called there? This might confuse a lot of the Americans. You are technically in summertime between
Yes.
grades. What are you going into next school year?
Well, we have obviously nursery, and then it goes into primary, and then it goes into secondary, then it goes into what I'm in, which is sixth form.
Okay.
And after secondary, which is when you're 16 in England, you're allowed to go and just do whatever you want. You can get a job, or you can continue education, or you can get not a scholarship, apprenticeship. Do you have apprenticeships?
Not really. No, you just kind of go get a crappy job and then hate it and work get something better. So basically though, as a little translation for the Americans, primary school is kind of our elementary, and then secondary would kind of be junior high and the first 2 years of high school. And then what he's in now, which is called sixth form, would pretty much be his junior and senior year of high school. So technically, he'd be going into his senior year of high school. So after this year, would you stop wiggling? So after this year, you would actually go on to college, or I believe you call it university, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And that's I think pretty close to the way we have university here in the States. 4 years, 6 years, 2 years, depending on what degree you're going for, something like that. Now, here in the U.S., in most places, you can drop out of high school at 16, but it was a horrible idea. Because it's kind of like all the school you went to doesn't really count in reference to employers' eyes. So, but there, it is something that is, I think you told me it's not a good thing, but it's not necessarily bad either. It's just something some people do, right?
Yeah, it's just kind of any way you go about it, you're going to you could go through you could decide that you want to continue in education, go to sixth form, you could go to university, and then still get the same job that you would have got if you'd have just not done any of that.
Because you were talking about apprenticeships, because with the apprenticeship, it's like you get hired somewhere, and for here in the U.S., we would call it probably like on-the-job training, where it would be a job and you get paid when you're an apprenticeship, right?
Yes.
But you
also get experience, and you're still kind of in education because you get educated on the job.
And then that experience, let's say you leave that, say it's you become an air conditioner repair guy. You work for one company, getting your apprenticeship there, and then if you say you're there for 2 years, the fact that you were there for 2 years could actually help you get a job at a different air conditioner repair place, right?
Yeah.
Because you did your apprenticeship there. So that's very interesting. Very interesting. So, all right. Well, we are going to wrap up this show because I left the top down on my car and it is currently filling up with water. So, we're going to
Marvel's
wrap
submarine
things
now.
up there. And I personally want to say to everybody watching, I'm sorry for Skiddles.
Yay!
Because
I'm
apparently
sorry.
I made him who he is. That was not a compliment once again.
Thank
So.
you.
So make sure you guys go check out Skiddles' channel. It'll be down in the description. Go check it out. He, like I said, he's over 1,000. He's
My
doing some
body
pretty cool
wiggles.
stuff. Focus. Stop interrupting. And make sure you go check out his Twitch. And remember, if you go to the squad.tv, you can actually see the links to Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, and Patreon for everybody who is in the squad. Make sure you go show the little rainbow freak some love. And
Yay.
once again, I want to thank you guys so much for spending some time at another Modii show. And until the next episode, on behalf of Skiddles and myself, I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out. And see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.